Today what we have here is a die rotor loader. It's a new loader for 2009. Right now I'm just going to go over some quick specs. About 189 grams, about 11 grams lighter than the current Halo that you'll see out there today. Ball capacity, 200 paintballs. One of the major new features that you'll see is a little bit lower profile than some of the other loaders out there on the market. And another main feature that we have there is it is toolless in disassembly. I'll go and show you the disassembly features right now. Pull up this secondary locking, pushing the button for primary locking, lid comes off. Now what we have in here is like your lower tray. It's got a spring-loaded door to assist in any paintballs being fed down into the rotor assembly. To release this bottom piece, push forward on the tab, lifts the bottom tray coming out. As you can see from this profile, that's just a little small trap door that aids in funneling the paintballs down into the loader assembly. Next what we have here is it's a completely toolless design to take apart. Open up the two small retaining tabs. You get your top rotor, comes out. Get your primary rotor arm, comes out. Second thing, you have a rotor tray. And then the fourth thing down on there is that your planetary gear. Again, everything pulls out, no tools. Last piece to come out is going to be your motor assembly. That's all the pieces that you have to the rotor. Secondary pieces, you have a little trigger on the bottom. I'll show you what that one does in a second. Operates on 3 AA batteries. The batteries will last you about 50,000 shots. The reason that it gets so many shots is that when there's a little bit of tension put on, it hits a switch on the board and that turns off the motor. So when you do have paintballs in the stack on the gun and loaded up, the motor is actually turned off. When there's a release of that tension and the balls are starting to go and start to funnel through the gun, that's when the motor is actuated and that's when the rotor is starting to use the battery power. So very little drain on power. It does have one small powered LED light that you can see there. So again, very, very minimal drain on the battery. All right, now what we're going to do is just put the assembly of the rotor back together. Getting the motor drive going back in there. Next, put in the planetary gear. Just in place. The rotor tray. Primary rotor arm. Top rotor. Lock in 2 little small red tabs. Second will be, the last will be the floor tray. Snaps into place. Check, we got operation. Last piece to go on will be the lid. Lock it in. Secondary locking place. Goes back together. Another thing that I touched on was that trigger on the bottom. One of the great features about this loader is that, unlike the wheel, this is an anti-jam by not force feeding everything forward, but actually pulling things backwards. So to clarify that, open up the loader and show you what I mean. As the loader is turning, you'll see the top rotor is going in one direction, the bottom rotor is going in the opposite direction. That's what doubles your feeding rate and allows for such fast feed rate with this loader system. It does get caught in by pulling that trigger on the bottom. What you're doing is you're backing up that arm. Any lodged paintballs will get ejected back out, popping the paintball in there and letting it load back into the gun. Again, just by pulling that trigger, loads all the paint back up in, uncausing the jam. Another key feature to it is when you do have the loader on top of your gun and you want to take the loader off, you can turn the loader and the gun upside down, pull that trigger 4 or 5 times, and the paintballs that are inside the stack of the gun will be retracted back into the loader. So when you separate the loader from the gun, you won't be losing any paintballs on the ground. This carrier lid on top this piece can be changed out by removing those 5 screws. This lid will come up. You can change the new lid out, and then in the future here we're going to have a new quicker feeding system that snaps right into place. So this carrier, the blue piece here, can be changed out. These windows can be changed out, and this lid can be changed out. Again, this is 2009 rotor loader from Die Precision. So pretty easy to put back together. Again, new product for 2009, the Die rotor loader. Again, 50,000 shots, about 200 paintballs capacity, and pretty easy to take care of.
From the grave, I had a close shave. The cops tried to lock me down 'cause the clock they found mind, so I don't like Marky or the Monarch. Don't start me up like a rolling stone. I'll leave you soaking like Macaulay Culkin on Malone. So get a grip like Steven Tyler.